Welcome back, Sophie. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of material can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the result to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Sophie, so make it your ally. Now, it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray, speak with me when you are ready to begin. Ooh, a weapon coffer. But it's a level 18 weapon coffer, isn't it? Yes, and I have a level 28 weapon, so that's not going to be any use to me. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungus, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungus attend as planned. As the Amalja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them, Sophie. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me to tell you, save some for him. Such is his confidence in you, a confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray, take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flames Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Ah, you're Sophie Iscaris of the Scions? My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The Lizardmen aren't aware that their man Ungus has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous point will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja plot if the mission succeeds, Sophie. Let's make sure it does. Yes, sir, sir. Can I salute? I don't remember if I have the salute or not. Yep. Get my salute in there real quick. Alright. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir. Good. We make our move as soon as the Amalja appear. Yes, sir. Ah! What is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I eluded the Immortal Flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? 'Twas almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Ha ha ha. Aye, your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. So our ambush got double bushed. Actually, we'll take out the archers here first. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I actually remember specifically going through some of the voices and listening to them when I was making this character, and I still don't like the voice that much. And she's okay, I guess. I just, when she makes that sound, it kind of bothers me a little bit. That one right there. But the thing is, when you're playing as a Viera, right, the voice you have to pick is entirely based off of the cheer. Because they have that little cheer where they basically shout at you, and you have to pick the one you like for that. This is a lot of Amalja. One over here too. Well, that was the end of the fight. Put up your weapon, or the comrade's a dead man. Behind you. My weapon is a paddle, though. Can I really do that much with a paddle? Bring her. The rest of you, march. Traitorous scum. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. O mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. O mighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch the heaven, or scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame, and mark them as your own. But bloody hells! bring those two as well. But what's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your fate, and all who stand against us shall burn. O mighty Ifrit, my one true God, your words are my bread. Impossible! By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another. Yes, that is the only explanation. Forsooth, my frail mortal frame can serve as vessel to the blessings of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxes clear. Thou art of the godless blessed number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. Alright, so this is not terribly a hard fight. It's your first kind of like big boss fight training though, so that's why it's kind of easy. For those of you guys that are not in the know of Final Fantasy world, Final Fantasy has always had, not always, has mostly always had these primals or summons or eidolons or whatever they want to call them in that game. Espers, they go by different names a lot of times, but basically there are always these monstrous creatures that either serve as somebody you fight against or someone you can summon, or sometimes both. And one of the oldest, most classic ones obviously is Ifrit, or Efrit, or Ifrit, or Ifrit, or whatever you want to call him. And he's basically fire. He's been portrayed as like a lizard creature like this. He's been shown as being like more human-like with like okay, this is bad. We gotta destroy this nail. Like, this is the one part of this fight you have to beat the nail up or else you lose. So alright. You have a time limit on that. If you don't defeat the nail within a certain amount of time, when he does this attack, it will actually kill everybody. There's no way to avoid it, so you have to beat the nail up. So that is the one little trick to that fight. Now technically, as the tank, I should not have run over there and started fighting the nail, but like, because when I turned him like that, you saw he was spitting fire and he was hitting everybody. You don't want to do that. The tank should not be attacking the nail. So don't do what I just did, kids. But I had to do it because the DPS weren't hitting the nail. And if we didn't beat the nail, then we weren't going to win the fight. So, and you have a time limit, like it's not like it just sits there forever. He will eventually cast that ultimate spell. we did it. Easy win, easy fight. Easy life. Pray, forgive my lateness. I was delayed by a congregation of Amalja's zealots. I swear, each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. You gotta make sure you let Dancred show off a little bit. You know, I just took down a giant lizard man primal, but gotta make sure Dancred gets his moment to shine there. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time extracting the captives. No less than I'd expect from the Flame General's handpicked men. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Sophie. Had I known this mission would have proved so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we? This way, sir. So that was the mighty Ifrit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Ul'Dan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely on. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read. But I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet, I find that I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Yay, it teleported us right back to Camp Drybone. Ah, there you are, Sophie. Come, rest a while. You have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Amalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time, at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use, to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said for their minds. For once a man is tempered... but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all of our misfortunes, there is still hope, reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Sophie. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something up to this mission. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself there, Incred. You got to do the flashy jump over me and throw knives thing. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. I'll take all the time I want to. Maybe. My late arrival nearly cost Sophie her life. I wasn't there when the Amalja took her prisoner. And I wasn't there when they served her to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle she survived, but that does not excuse the fact that she should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed her utterly. Just as I'm failing you all. I love that. Look at that face. It's just like, I am so tired of hearing this crap, Thancred. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... Sophie, it is so good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. Why not just say we can put our investigation to rest? As we suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether, crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with why the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well in the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of Aether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out for their gods for deliverance from suffering. Those cries serve as a beacon toward which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or etherical coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet, even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait: a meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, Sophie. You may be sure that it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Whether she intended to or no, Menphilia neglected to tell you something. Something that I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I am sorry to report that all are to be put to death, the flames with whom you are imprisoned included. Needless to say, the information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there was any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence leads strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Sophie. So basically, both the two bad guys, the traitors, Ungust and the soldier, as well as the good people that we were fighting alongside that got turned into thralls, all of them are going to be killed because they will basically always be Amalja in mind, because they'll be worshipping Ifrit. So that's what he's saying. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffer. Till next time. Gods forgive me. How many more lives? Louis Soir would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger.
I bent you, I broke you, and I'm trying to fix this, but